Hey, ladies. Welcome to Black Women Making Money. We are the home of the upwardly mobile Black woman. So, as you are coming in, please like the video. If you're listening to the replay, please put replay in the chat. And welcome to Small Business Saturday. Y'all know that entrepreneurship is my roots. Entrepreneurship is a skill, as I'm always telling you. And part of this channel that I want to do, even though I have a lot of corporate ladies, some of you want to start part time businesses, some of you want to move into starting part-time and move into a full-time business. Some of you ultimately want to be stay-at-home moms, and maybe you want a business that you can do and work from home, et cetera, et cetera. Some of you are in sales positions, and I just think it's important on Small Business Saturday to actually come and offer you some business advice from my 15 years, probably going on 20 years now, being self employed. So, Sugar St. James is in the house. Hello. Hello, Denise. Welcome, welcome, ladies. And don't forget again to like the video. Also, don't forget, I haven't had a chance to announce it yet. December 3rd. December 3rd is going to be our next Zoom meeting. You all know once a month we get together and talk off YouTube, offline. And we are going to probably do more of a recap of Indistractable, the book. We had a great conversation about that last month, and networking as well. So, unless something else comes up that I think is more interesting, we are going to continue on with those conversations and add some more layers to the conversations that we've had. So, hey, Jay Antoinette. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Small Business Saturday. So, I wanted to have this conversation about business mentorship because of a conversation that my boss and I had. So, many of you know at the beginning of the year, I was hired to be the area director of a mortgage company. It has been a wild and interesting ride this year. Interesting time to start in the mortgage business and grow this company. But last week, you didn't see much of me because we had our annual corporate retreat. And during our corporate retreat, my boss, who's the boss of several companies, he laid out his vision for 2024. And I, as a leader of one of the companies, am looking at his vision along with some of the things that we want to do in our company in order to make it grow. And during our discussion, I had a one-on-one with my boss, just kind of like a side conversation. And he said to me, based on what you want to do, Cherie, I need to connect you with somebody who can mentor you to get you to that level within this business. And I thought that was very interesting. I took a step back and I said, that's a great idea. I said to him, but I thought about Black women making money. And I thought about all of you as you were starting your businesses, that a lot of you may need to think about having a business mentor. Now, I'm not talking about the business mentors that are going to take $100,000 in order to sell you into a course and a mastermind and some properties where you actually never get the property. They're going to manage it and they're going to give you, a return on investment. I'm not talking about that at all. The best mentors that are out there actually won't take a payment from you. And there are a lot of people, especially on YouTube, especially on social media, that are selling these courses, that are selling um, masterminds and things like that. And I'm not telling you to never pay for a mastermind or never pay for a course, but the business mentors that are really doing it well, they don't have masterminds, they don't have courses, but you could sit with them and have lunch with them. You could sit with them and have dinner. You can come and look over their shoulder and see what they're doing and see how they're growing their companies. And I want to encourage you to think about getting a business mentor as you're thinking about starting and or growing your businesses. So I want to show you an article here from Bank of America that I think is a good article with regards to this. And I would love for all of you to tell me what kind of businesses you have in the chat as we are scrolling through this with regards to business mentorship, because this is not a sexy topic, but the non-sexy topics, in quote, the non-sexy topics are the ones that make you good money. So, having a business mentor can seriously help you. Again, ladies, tell me what kind of businesses you have here. And as we're going to read through this article, just overall by Riva Lazansky. Riva Lazansky. She wrote this here, and she says here, a business mentor is someone who has typically experienced the challenges you are facing as you start or grow your small business and can offer valuable insights, guidance, and advice, and a fresh perspective based on that experience. Your mentor can help you avoid common pitfalls, make strategic, smart decisions, and navigate challenging situations. And a lot of you can think about this with regards to if you're in corporate America, you want to be mentored by somebody. Well, the same thing as you are starting your businesses. If you're starting a part-time business, we talked last week about some of you can start a part-time business and make $2,000 to $5,000 a month working part-time. Some of you want to start part-time businesses and grow those into full-time businesses. Having a mentor can be very, very helpful to you. I kind of think, depending on how big you want the business to grow, mentorship is a must. Okay. So it's saying here that may sound similar to what a business consultant offers, but mentors and consultants often differ in their approach, focus, and scope of services. Mentors are typically in it for the long haul, offering ongoing support and guidance based on their real life experiences, while business consultants provide specialized expertise and solutions to specific business challenges on a project or contract basis. So, you typically are paying business consultants. I've had a lot of business mentorship and haven't had to pay for that. Hey, Malika, good to see you. Everybody, please like the live stream and share this with a girlfriend or two so that we can grow Black women making money. So, this is saying here, why should you seek a business mentor? Finding the right mentor delivers benefits beyond what you can get from a consultant. Typically, mentors do more than provide business advice. They also offer the emotional support and encouragement that so many small business owners need. And the truth is that being an entrepreneur can be a very lonely thing. So, this is a great thing. In fact, the American Psychological Association says having a mentor can be life changing and it pays off. The CEO of SCORE, the country's premier source of free business mentoring and education, says startup entrepreneurs who work with a mentor are 5 times more likely to start a business than those who do not have one. And small business owners who receive 3 or more hours of mentoring report higher revenues and increased growth. So, ladies, if you're looking to have a better chance of starting your business, and if you're looking to have higher revenues and increased growth, working with a mentor can be a great way for you to do it. The other thing is you're going to have different mentors as you are growing your business. You may end up with a mentor who is very good at, for example, there's a guy in our office who's very good at looking at your processes and automating um, certain parts of your processes. He's going to be one of my mentors next year with regards to helping me actually like set certain things up within our company that we have, right? Sometimes the mentorship that you need is around leadership or around negotiation or things like that. And then other times you just need somebody who can help you look at your business overall and help you actually push the business forward. So let's see here. If you don't have a team, no problem. For entrepreneurs, it can be challenging to adjust to being on your own. While the concept of not having a boss is enticing, reality can be quite different when there's no one to offer advice or direction on a project. A mentor's job is to do just that, to guide you through the unknown. Mentors do not tell you what to do, but instead they help guide you to make the right decisions. Every small business owner needs a sounding board, someone to run ideas by and commiserate with when things do not go according to plan. And a mentor can help you regroup. Mentors can help you avoid common mistakes. They can help you grow your network. Um, I'm always talking to you about having a bigger and broader network. They can introduce you to potential partners, customers, employees, professional service providers, including accountants, lawyers, and even additional mentors. And finally, you can build a lasting relationship with that person. Um, they can help save you money in that I talked about this before. A lot of mentors, most of the mentors don't charge. You actually want to find a successful business person who is looking to pay it forward. So, what will happen is, and I've had a couple of different mentorships in my professional business life, is that they'll talk to you, they'll offer you some advice. Some of the advice you won't take, most of it you should take. And then what I do is I pick one or two things that they told me to implement, and I actually implement those things. And then I either let them know, hey, I implemented this, I did what you suggested, or if it takes a long time to implement, I will give them like periodic monthly updates with regards to what I've done. And that way they're invested in you and your success even more. And they will offer you more information, more contacts, more of their network, etc. So thank you, Malika, for sharing. Thank you. And everybody, again, don't forget to like the video, please. Like the video. Um, so I talked a little bit about the qualities that you should look for in a business mentor, but she says here experience, expertise, and knowledge. I agree with that. You want somebody who's already successful. You don't want a super successful person if you're just getting started. But if you can find somebody who is two steps ahead of you, those are the best mentors for you. They're going to be more invested in what you are doing, and it's going to be easier for you to get access to those individuals. You want somebody who's willing to teach you. You don't want somebody who has a bad attitude. You want someone who's going to respect you, but you also have to respect that person as well. You want somebody who is a direct and honest communicator. You want somebody who can communicate. You want somebody who can teach you, who can break things down. But you also, don't be afraid to use Google as well. If they're saying things and you're not quite sure what they're talking about, use Google, use YouTube. Figure out how you can kind of fill in the holes with regards to what they're teaching you. You also want somebody who's an effective listener, who's empathetic, who shares your values, trustworthy, lifelong learners, who's committed to you, etc. So I just wanted to share those things with you. If you all have questions about business mentors, now's a great time for us to talk about it. The second thing is, ladies, what are your business goals for 2024? What are your business goals for 2024? This is officially Small Business Saturday. Remember, a goal is SMART, is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-based. Have you started thinking about your goals for 2024 for your business? There is something called the 135 goal setting system, and it's actually from a book called The One Thing. And during our company retreat, we had to actually fill out our 135. That's what it's called. 135 basically means you have one goal, one big goal within your company for the year. And again, it needs to be preferably a SMART goal. And then the three stands for your three priorities. So your three priorities help you achieve that one goal. What are the three big initiatives, for example, that you're going to do within your business in order to reach that one goal? And then for each priority, there are five strategies that um, you agree to do. This is basically your one-page business plan. But there are five strategies per priority that you do. I will tell you, it took me 2 weeks. I'm sorry. It took me 2 weeks to create our 135s for my company, um, for our company for 2024. But ladies, this is a worthwhile exercise as well on this Small Business Saturday. So it's the 135 system. You're able to Google it. It's one of the, in my opinion, the most effective ways of creating your one-page business plans for your companies. So y'all are super quiet. Um, I had asked you to tell me what your goals are for 2024. Maybe you all are just listening. Maybe you're not sure. That's okay. Just thinking about these things. But if you have a business, then you probably want to think about putting together your 135s. You want to think about having a business mentor. Hold on a second. Still getting over my cold. I'm sorry. Um, you may want to think about getting a business mentor. Are you starting your business? Are you growing your businesses, etc.? I, am committed to, as much as I possibly can, coming within Black Women Making Money in order to talk about Small Business Saturday, because I do believe that most of us should have a small business of some sort. Most of us should have something, even if it is a part-time little thing that's bringing in $3,000 a month. $3,000 for most of you is a house. And let me tell you this, as somebody who does mortgages, if you are able to get your business up and running where it is making $3,000 a month, and you do that for 2 years straight and it's on your taxes, ladies, mortgage companies will count that as income. For some of you, you all can move to a bigger house, you can move to a better neighborhood, or you could take that money and have it for savings, have it, in order to leave your corporate job potentially and stay home with your children, etc. So Denise is saying I need to work on the 135. I like the 135. I do. And I will say it's not easy. Like you literally, well, I won't say you, I'm going to say I. I literally had to sit and think about it and leave and come back and finagle with it more and leave and come back and work on it more. It took a lot to put it together. Um, but it's worth it because it gives you a direction. We've talked about distraction and being indistractable. And the opposite of distraction is not focus, it's traction, right? We've had this conversation with regards to the book Indistractable that we've talked about. And what is traction? Traction is what we want. Traction is what we want in our lives. I'm going to show you all this again. Remember, we had this conversation here about traction being what we want and distraction being the actions that take us away from what we want, and traction being the actions that move us towards what we want. I know some of you were in our Zoom meeting a couple of weeks ago, right? But without doing the 135s, how do we know what our goal is? How do we know what that one big goal is that we're looking to work on for 2024? Without doing our 135s and really kind of sitting and thinking, hey, what's the one thing? And this is what the book says, the one thing book. It's like, what's the one thing that if I knock that out, everything else becomes much easier? So you're saying here, I would like to have a small business generating $3,000 a month. I just spoke to an attorney about a trademark, wondering if I should do the trademark with LegalZoom. I don't know the answer to that. I mean, when we did our trademark, we did it, I want to say we did it for $800 or something like that. And we had a paralegal. Well, no, she wasn't a paralegal, but she had filed a lot of trademarks and she worked with us to and this was from the 10K project. She worked with us to file those trademarks. So I don't know how effective LegalZoom is because it's not so much filing the paperwork. The issue is if you ever have to defend your trademark has was because with the trademarks, it's about the categories that you're choosing and not just thinking about today, thinking about the future products that you want to have those categories, you want to have that trademark on. So, you know, I think it depends on what you're trying to trademark, Denise, and what you're trying to do. So, Sugar St. James is saying, I'm coming off of hiatus and wanting to grow my business in 2024. That's my goal. I definitely would like to bring in $3,000 to $5,000. Yeah. So, really kind of thinking about your 135, thinking about what's the one big goal, then what are the three priorities, and then what are the five strategies for each priority. And that 135 ultimately is known as a GPS system, ladies. GPS. So it's goals, priorities, and strategies. That's like a super simple way for you to remember it and think about it. So GPS is goals, priorities, and strategies. So I like the GPS system, and I think it's a great way ultimately for you to end up with a one-page business plan. And my boss even said for me to laminate my 135 and put it in my shower. And that way, every morning when I'm showering, I would read my 135. So I'm crazy enough to go over to the UPS store or FedEx or something like that and I wanna, like, look at my 1 through 5s just for a couple more weeks just to make sure I don't wanna tweak anything, more of it, and once I am sure that that's gonna be my final one, then I probably am gonna go and laminate my 135. So, Bless is in the building. Happy Saturday. Yes, this is Small Business Saturday, ladies. Denise is saying that just gave me something to think about filing, defending my trademark. Yeah, that's the whole point of the trademark is you got to be able to defend it, and also making sure you have a reserve to defend your trademark as well. Um, of course, there was a famous case of Blue Ivy. Blue Ivy is the daughter of Jay-Z and Beyonce, and they tried to trademark the name. And there was a woman in Connecticut who had already owned the trademark. But guess what? When Beyonce and Jay-Z came after her trademark, she had to have the money for the lawyer to defend that trademark as well. Now, the woman in Connecticut ended up, winning the case, but a lot of it is being able to defend that trademark. Kay is in the building. Y'all, Business Talk with Kay. He does a lot of great like daily car chats. So I definitely would suggest his channel. We have a good messy time over on Coach K's channel. This is my first time hearing of the 135, so I need to work on it. Yeah, I think you should. I think it would benefit all of you to consider, even if you're not trying to do it for a business, even if you're doing it for something within your family that you want to achieve in 2024. Or your money. Maybe your whole goal is to save $25,000 next year. You can do a 135 with that being the goal. And then what are going to be your three priorities, and what will your five strategies be to support those priorities? Or maybe it's you want a deeper connection with your children or your husband, or something like that. Or it could be a career 135. Maybe your goal is to get a promotion or to change jobs or something like that. So you can have a 135 for almost anything. So, and you're saying I'm teaching. Thank you so much. Look, I get it from you, Coach K. I get it from you. You're saying you like this and knowledge. And you're saying, thanks so much for all your help. My first time commenting, but I binge watch and rewatch all your videos. Oh, thank you so much. And I'm glad that you felt comfortable commenting. So you're saying I'm buckling down and getting serious about my future and finances. Thanks again. Yeah, we're going to talk a lot more. I do have a vision for 2024 for this channel, and I do want to focus a lot more on entrepreneurship and on personal finance. I want us to get our money game up. So there are certain pieces of content that I'm going to be looking to do. And look, Coach K and I kind of are aligned with the fact that this is not the sexy stuff, right? That we're going to be talking about. But the people who rock with us, y'all are going to be richer for it. You're going to be smarter and more successful for it. I was listening to another channel and they were talking about there are a lot of things. It's a channel focused for Black women. And they were talking about the fact that there are a lot of warnings that they've been trying to give Black women with regards to food deserts and the migrants and other issues that are happening in America, geopolitics, and how those geopolitics are going to affect Black America and Black women specifically. And you all know I try to be the soothsayer around here as well and tell you, hey, these are some of the things that I'm seeing that's happening. You may want to pay attention and you may want to set yourselves up for success, right? And this channel in 2024, I want to delve more into entrepreneurship. I want to delve more into personal finance. I want us to get our money up, get our debt down, get our revenues up, our personal economies up, our personal income up, because we talked about this by 2030, ladies. I hope you all are listening to me. By 2030, the US government's debt and debt payments, I think it is, are going to be higher than the GDP of this country. And we had this conversation about 2030 that, but sometime between 2030, 2040, 2050, at some point, the United States is not going to be able to afford all of these government programs that we have had for years and years and years. That means if you don't have your ish together, if you don't take whatever education courses that you need to take now, you will be a permanent underclass. You will be a permanent underclass. So I'm banging the gong. Coach K is banging the gong. There, Mentor Shelley and Victoria and, True Mystique, and all of us are like, y'all better be ready. Y'all better be ready because it's not going to be any joke around here. And we talked last night about the power of the pivot, and we talked last night about self-esteem, ladies, self-esteem. Your family members are going to be watching you. They're not going to do anything. They're going to sit on their asses. And when all of this happens, and all of a sudden, people's Section 8 is going to be taken away, people's food stamps are going to be taken away, they're going to be calling you. And if you do not have the self-esteem to have barriers to say no, when I tried to tell you in 2023, you told me to go kick rocks, ladies, you're going to end up having to take care of your families. So I want you to be upwardly mobile, but I also want you to be protected as well. So Denise, Coach K, you got a new follower in Denise. So thank you. I think you're going to enjoy Coach K's content. And Malika's saying he is awesome. He is awesome. And Still Rocks is in the building. All right, ladies. Well, that is Small Business Saturday for me. Just wanted to come share that information with you about business mentorship. I think it's important to think about where you're going in your business. If you want to make $5,000 part time, find somebody who's making $5,000 to $10,000 part time and look over their shoulder and start asking them questions and figuring out what they're doing. And if you don't know anybody who's making $5,000 to $10,000 part time, you need to start networking until you find those person. And I'm not talking about some internet person. I'm talking about a real life person that can help you with that. And then get your 135s, start this evening with trying to put those together. Spend the next couple of weeks, next few weeks. I believe that it is a great way for you to maintain your traction. Maintain your traction, not be distracted in 2024. So, um, Malika, you are so funny. They know not to call me about getting nothing. I definitely understand some of my ladies have a tougher family situation than others. So I'm trying to warn you right now. Definitely trying to warn you right now. So all right, ladies. Well, that is it. Thank you so much. And I will see you all. Ooh, tomorrow is politics. Yes. And I'll be dropping the link tomorrow so y'all can come through talking about these Democrats and these Republicans. All right. See you later. Bye.